Hi, everybody. This is Michael Klaus, real estate broker with Team Navigators at Keller Williams Realty Services. Thank you for joining me on another segment of our Communities Connection series. This series is really designed to help introduce our clients to professionals in the region that we have connected with and find that they offer exceptional service. And we find that our clients oftentimes moving into the area, they're looking for these services. They're not necessarily related to real estate. And we want to help introduce them to the right folks that they can find and create success in their lives. So today I'm extremely excited to introduce to you Mrs. Cynthia Widlitze with ADDUCO Consulting. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you?
Good morning, Michael. I'm fabulous. Fabulous.
Great.
It's a great day.
Well, good. It's great to have you with us today. So ADDUCO Consulting, that's an unusual name. How did you come across that name?
ADDUCO, I actually found that name or a version of that name when I was reading one of Napoleon Hill's books. And ADDUCO is a Latin word meaning to lead, to draw out, or persuade, which is what I like to do with my clients, to help bring out the very best in my clients, in their organizations, and their teams.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. So what you really specialize in is sales coaching and sales training, right? What's the difference between sales coaching and sales training?
That's a good question, because a lot of people think when they're trying to develop a sales culture in the organization, let's just bring in somebody to do sales training for us. Sales training is more of a workshop. It may be a few hours one day. It might be a day or two in a weekend that they send a lot of people to. But it's like drinking from a fire hose. And what happens is people can't retain all of that information, and about 70% of that information, believe it or not, is lost within 24 hours. The remaining bit of the information is usually lost within 30 days or so. Somebody might retain one or two pieces of what was taught, but the majority of the information is gone. Coaching, on the other hand, is more of a process where I work with my clients to teach them gradually, one layer upon layer upon layer, of how to improve their sales skills. So instead of all at once saying, this is what it is, this is what you need to implement, between each coaching session, I work with the client to incorporate those skills, those behaviors into their work. And then the next time we get together, we talk about how it worked for them, what challenges they may have had with it, and then we move on to the next layer. So it's not all at once, it's a gradual process. I've had much greater success doing it that way.
Absolutely. Well, that makes sense. In business, we're all in sales, right? So there's really no end to the road where you all of a sudden have learned it all and now you're equipped to go out into the world and run your business on a certain program forever. This is a constantly evolving scenario. So that's really good that you guys understand that and help your clients understand and develop those skills. So I understand you're also a professional speaker. Tell me a little bit about some of the topics you cover and how that goes.
Since my expertise is in sales, Michael, having spent more than 30 years in sales and management, I speak on sales-related subjects. Things like customer-focused sales, because nobody talks about average service. People talk about extraordinary service. So how do we create that? On subjects like how to improve communication among different generations. Because if we understand the preference in communications from one generation to the next, then we have a better chance of really effectively communicating. So the subjects I speak on are primarily sales related.
Okay. So if someone were, say, opening a fledgling business, it's a concept at this point, moving forward towards creating their LLC, and now they're ready to start, going into business. At what point would it be appropriate for them to really seek out your services?
That's a good question. If they are going into business, if they have a team, it's a great time to start at the very beginning so that we create that culture, that expectation from the very beginning. Even if it's just an individual, it's a great time to sit down, make sure that they have processes in place, they understand how important the right communication skills, the customer-focused behaviors are. And then finally, if we have a business that sees their sales kind of flat, hopefully they call me in before they're declining. If they see their sales are flat, I can come in and work with them, with their organization. Let's find out what's happening. Let's do some interviews with the team, maybe talk to some of their previous clients, then work with them to develop that sales culture, to incorporate the best practices to really increase their sales.
Well, that's fantastic. That's, I'm in the real estate business, right? And so sales is part of my daily activities. And it's not the only thing I do, obviously, but it's an extremely important part of growing my business. And it is a muscle that has to be exercised regularly, and definitely understand and appreciate the value of the services that you provide. So if someone was interested in getting in touch with you, Cynthia, how would they go about doing that? Do you guys have a website or your phone number?
I would encourage you to visit my website. It gives much more detailed information on my services, my experience, the results. And my website is ADDUCO.org, which is ADDUCO.org. All of my contact information is on there. My phone number is 985-789-2386. And I'm about to roll out, I'm in the process of rolling out group coaching sessions that are virtual with the current conditions that we're in. Eventually, we'd like to be in person, but the group coaching sessions have had tremendous feedback. So if you have an interest on that, reach out to me to find out more information.
Well, that's perfect. Well, Cynthia, thank you so much for joining us and for what you do, helping promote the North Shore and helping everybody create success in their lives. We tremendously appreciate you.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Michael. And I want to put a plug in for you. You do a tremendous job as a sales representative. You truly understand the value of building that relationship, and you do create extraordinary experiences for your customers. So thank you for being a great salesperson.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we look forward to seeing you succeed, and thank you for joining us, Cynthia.
Thank you, Michael.